So the wind is pretty down, between 8 and 12 knots. So we put up the gennaker. Normally the trick with the gennaker and a very light catamaran is you go the wrong course till the apparent wind comes from the front. This is for sailors now. All other people just close your ears. So you put the apparent wind a bit more forward than 90 degrees. So you will get more speed, and then you ease off and hold the wind just 90 degrees. That's the fastest course. And so normally with 8-9 knots of wind we are making 6 knots of speed. So these are Gary's spaghettis, my son's favorite spaghetti. Hi Gary! It's with lamb sausage, tomato. It should be with sour cream, but we do it with yogurt because we have no sour cream, and it's pretty good.
And you will never find in any cookbooks another Umadum specialty: dancing eggs.
After 1 week, a bath, a shower, wonderful. The water is a bit cold. We are used to tropical temperatures, at least last year we were, which means about 30 degrees of water of the sea. Now we have 22, but it's okay. Nice and fresh and clean again. How wonderful.
Bon voyage, bon appetit. Day 9th. And today we have potato, I don't know this word in English, maybe it's burgers. In Russian I will say it's potato котлеты. It's with mushrooms, and some veggies like onion and carrot. But the mushrooms from Austria, and in Austria you call it Aufsteinpilze. In Russian we call it белый гриб. In a lot of the country they just don't know the name of this mushroom.
The last 3, 4, even 5 days there was nearly no wind. So we tried to use bigger sails. We used our gennaker, our beloved gennaker, because this gives us a lot of speed. If there is enough wind, the sails are working, but if there is not much wind, the sails just do this. And unfortunately, our gennaker shredded. So we put up today the big spinnaker, which is around 140 square meters. It's a bit frightening sail because it's really big. Imagine 140 square meters, but it gives us some speed. We had a lot of work, so nobody really wanted to cook. So what's today on our bon voyage, bon appetit menu is Viennese sausages mashed potatoes and a good mixed salad. The thing with the Viennese sausage is in Germany and all the other countries it's called Viennese sausage. In Vienna it's called Frankfurter sausage. So, whatever you think, Frankfurter or Viennese.
So we are making our own yogurt. This yogurt we got from a Turkish guy in Durban, and the good thing of this yogurt is it never stops working. If you are going to the supermarket and buy yogurt and try to make your own yogurt from supermarket yogurt, it will work for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 7 times, and then it stopped. This yogurt never stopped. Bon voyage, bon appétit. Day 11. Curry. Aubergines. The last aubergine that we have, by the way.
These 3-hour night watches are really magic. You are sitting out in the cockpit, the boat is slightly moving on top of the waves. You hear the waves. The sea around you is absolutely silvery. And you are sitting here. Nothing really is happening, nothing is changing. It's the same minute for minute, half hour for half hour, hour for hour. You are moving forward and there's a lot of time for thoughts. A lot of thoughts are coming, a lot of thoughts are floating, like the boat is floating on top of the waves. Trying to get the weather forecast. So this works about over the SSB radio with sail mail. No answer, so I try another frequency. Somewhere in Mozambique I started to work on all connections because I thought it's the fault on the boat, and then somebody said me, you know, this station is notoriously bad and doesn't work. So
Maputo station.
Maputo. And that's the problem with sail mail. If the stations are good, it's really a wonderful tool. You pay a lot of money for it to get no weather forecasts. That's here it's not so critical. But in the Mozambique channel this was really a burden. It's a very slow connection, as you can see. This little weather forecast, which comes in from numerical data, will take us about maybe 20 minutes to receive because it's so slow.
So, you have an idea that on Umadum we are eating non-stop, and yes, we are. And today, on day 12,
we have tagliatelle with zucchini. Bon appetit, bon voyage, bon appetit. We don't run the spinnaker in the night time. It's a bit too dangerous. When you are only two people, one is sleeping. If there is wind coming, even with two people, it's not easy to bring down the spinnaker in time. So in the evening we put it down.
Right now we have half way on the way from Namibia to Brazil. So we made 1,582 miles and 1,582 miles, nautical miles to go. Wow! We are nearly drifting with 2.5, 2.4 knots of speed, with nearly no wind, nice sunny weather. I hope at Christmas time we will be in Brazil. Or maybe it's better to come in February, it will be carnival in Rio, huh?
Bon voyage, bon appetit, day number 13. I cook today Indian garam chicken with rice. Indian garam chicken. The IAS gives us a warning. There's a ship somewhere out there. One of the biggest dangers on the sea is to be run down by a big ship. We always have a look out too, every 10 minutes. It shows on our receiver all his data, and the most important thing, in how many minutes it will approach us, so we will meet the ship. Everything showing us closer than 1 mile is dangerous. You have to really have a look. As I see the course of the big ship, it seems to go somewhere from Brazil to Namibia or South Africa, but maybe it brings coffee from Brazil to South Africa or something like this. Who knows?
Happy birthday to Captain, happy birthday to you, happy birthday. Dear Guenther, happy birthday to you.
I already spent a birthday on a passage. This was 2004, I think, on the way from Chagos to Madagascar. And the waves are running, the time is running, the birthday is coming, and the years are going. Cheers! Bon voyage, bon appetit, day 14. Today on our menu is a fantasy pasta out of things we have: tomatoes, onion, garlic, green olives, and a bit of ham with parmigiano and spaghetti.
It's already 2 weeks in the ocean, and we are getting pretty low on all fresh stuff. So it's time to make some sprouts. So this is a green mung bean. So, and I will start sprouting it today.
We wanted to cook something easy. Bon voyage, bon appetit number 15. And it's sausages wrapped in ham and mashed potatoes with fried onions on top. Bon appetit, bon voyage.
To see how the Milky Way is running straight in the ocean, somewhere in south. To drink tea with dry petals, to spin fairy tales, to tell stories to the wind about places you have never been, and the wind is very curious. It will bring you where you want.
Dinner talk. It's a question of our chance or not. We have 2 fishing lines out. Let's see if there are fish. It's always the problem in the ocean. You have to meet a fish. It's not. Many people are talking about the right bait and this, the right color, the right size. What I learned, it's all bullshit. You can hang a underpant on it, the fish will bite when it's here. Yes, and normally Tali hangs on a little bit of a sign, and today it's which sign?
Yellowfin tuna.
Yellowfin tuna, so we will see if they can read. Huh? The problem is these fish have a very low education, so sometimes they cannot read the tag, and then they swim by the bait.
To make bread today was absolutely perfect time, not just because we were out of the bread, but it's absolutely a good day in the ocean. Not much wind, not much waves, and today I made the bread with 3 different I don't know, ingredients. It's just white bread, but one bread with garlic and rosemary, one with dried onion, and one with mixed seeds. Normally when we are making bread, we are making pizza. It's just the reason to save some gas maybe, but it's nice to have pizza on passage.
Bon voyage, bon appetit, number 16. We have pizza tonight. Bon voyage, bon appetit, day 17. There are fish in this ocean. We didn't believe it. We caught a small tuna. It's a skipjack, which many people don't like because it has such a dark red meat. But if you cook it right, then it's absolutely wonderful. I learned this recipe in the Seychelles and I was really astonished that it came from a skipjack. I thought it's a yellowfin tuna or something like this. So, fish.
For the last 24 hours we have steady 25 up to 35 knots. It never went down, and it's some strange kind of weather because it's sunny, but at the same time it's like small squalls coming one after another. It's so beautiful, you know, this dark blue with white caps, and somewhere in between this wonderful amazing turquoise color of water, which and sun looking for this water. It's so beautiful.
Luckily the tuna we caught yesterday was big enough for 2 meals, yesterday's and today's meal, and we even put a marinated part of the tuna into a glass.
So I decided to make a salad, which in Russia we call olympia, but in the rest of the world they call it Russian salad.
Yes, today we had winds up to more than 30 knots. So before no wind, now too much. Actually I like the strong winds more, because with no wind you cannot do anything. With a lot of wind you just reduce the sail area, try to be comfortable. We don't, when we're crossing ocean, we don't go at top speeds. We try to be as comfortable as possible.
We are cooking today in our oven. The idea was to make cookies because we ran out of any sweets, but at the same time I decided to make baked potato, zucchini and bacon.
In the night watches we are reading a lot. I just read from Camus, The Stranger. It's one of the books of him I have never read, but many years ago, I think 35 or 40 years ago, I saw the movie. Theme is actually the heat, this sun glowing down.
voyage, bon appétit. Day 21. 500 something miles to go to Brazil. And we have good remembrance from Asia. Fried rice in Asian style. The idea to make fried rice was we made sprouts a few days ago and they're exploding, they're growing like hell. Every day I put away one heap and a few hours later it's again exploding out from the glass.
Crossing an ocean means time gets a very special dimension. You know you are moving, you are traveling, not in an airplane where you make some 100 miles per hour and you go in 12 hours half around the continent. You are moving with, let's say, 3 to 12 miles an hour. So your soul is with you, is traveling with you, and can arrive with you, together with you. If you are in an aeroplane or in a car or in a train, people say the soul comes 5 days later because it's not able to do this travel so fast. So it's a very organic way of traveling. Okay, we didn't introduce you to our third and most important crew member. His name is Hugo. Hugo is our autopilot and he is steering 24 hours day by day. You can imagine hand steering for 3.5 weeks. Every second this would be absolutely impossible. And the autopilot has to steer with very light winds where we have not much speed and it's difficult, and has to steer in 35 or 40 knots when the waves are big and pushing the boat around. So the autopilot is the most important thing on a boat. I met some people in the Caribbean. They left from the Canary Islands with one autopilot on board, and about 3 or 4 or 5 days after the Canary Islands it broke. So they had to hand steer weeks and weeks till they arrived in the Caribbean, and when I met them they had 4 spare autopilots on board. So you know how important it is. Cold dinner. We made just a little salad with rice, tuna, sprouts, tomatoes, and so on and so on. Bon appetit, number 23. We have today feta, Greek feta with onions, tomatoes, black olives, oregano, olive oil and a little bit of balsamico. So we have a little light meal. Somehow we are a bit fed up with eating and no movement. We sit and lie around. So it's good to have a little bit of light meal.
Jorge Amado, he is from Bahia, from Salvador, and he wrote a lot of books about Salvador, about Bahia.
Bon voyage, bon appétit. Day number, I think 24. It's chicken breast with vegetable. The vegetable is something like squash and a little bit garlic and white wine sauce.
And we have less than 200 miles to go. Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Muito obrigado, muito obrigado.
But we need to talk with the fisherman too, so what's about seafood?
Ah, fisherman, yep. Seafood. Ah, it's so nice sound. Camarões grandes. Lagosta. Lulash, it's squid. Polvo, it's octopus. And they say that we should greet fishermen and say them "Venta mariscos." Last remembering from Namibia, wonderful sausages from Midway butcher and potato puree. Bon appetit. End of our voyage. We have less than 50 miles to Salvador.
We are going to the little island Itaparica to anchor there and just to relax after 3.5 weeks of crossing the ocean.
We made it again, second ocean. Olá Brazil! Olá Brazil!